Next slide. Robert Sternberg's triangular theory of love. Important things to understand here. I will point out a few. Sternberg said that love is built on 3 different components, and each component fluctuates over time in how dominant and how strong it's running in a relationship. Those 3, think of a 3-legged stool. In order to stand firm, you need all 3 legs. First leg of the love triangle is intimacy. Intimacy in this context doesn't have anything to do with physical bedroom time. In this case, intimacy is intimately knowing, loving, being friendly toward another. So it's that intimate friendship that a husband and wife, or a friend and a friend, experience over time. Intimate people communicate when they're intimate. So when a wife says, you never talk to me anymore, what she's saying is, I don't feel the intimacy between us as I did in the beginning. So marry your best friend, basically, and that friendship will continue. The second leg is passion. This is the touching and the holding and the caressing and the walking arm in arm, and certainly the bedroom time. So marriage is built on intimacy plus passion. There's a unique passionate bond between husband and wife. Tell younger people that sex is not just a bonus in marriage. Sex is a requirement in marriage to keep it going. Just as we need to communicate with each other, we must be passionate in our relationship. And then the third leg is the decision or the commitment. This is fidelity. This is I'm able to follow through with what I said on the altar or in front of the judge. I'm able to wear my wedding ring and remember I'm married only to you, and I'm committed to making this relationship work no matter what the cost is, no matter what it takes. So intimacy plus passion plus the commitment is what creates the strongest marriage. Sternberg used these 3 components and said that we all have loving relationships outside of our marriage. What makes those not marriages is the lack of one or more components of love. And so he said, let's go up to the top. He said, with those individuals that you just share intimacy, you say you like those people. They're your friends. You enjoy talking to them. You enjoy learning about what's going on. You call them every once in a while. That's a love for your brothers, a love for your acquaintances even. Then you have, let's go to intimacy plus commitment. There are some friends, your BFFs, your best friends, that not only do you enjoy talking to them and enjoy being known by them, but you're committed to the relationship. If you haven't heard from them in a little while, you're going to give them a call. You're going to make that relationship continue because you're committed to it. That's called companionate love. The love you have for your family, your sisters, your brothers, your parents, best friends. So intimacy plus commitment equals companionate love. Think of a 15-year-old boy who's walking down the hall and he sees a girl that he's never seen before, and he sees her as beautiful. He doesn't know anything about her. He doesn't know her name, what grade she's in, anything. But he says, man, she is gorgeous. I'm going to get with her and date. And all he can do is think about her. That's infatuation. That's passion alone. They don't share it yet, but he feels passionate feelings for her. Say he gets up the courage to meet her and strikes up a conversation, and she finds him interesting, and they build up a friendship. Now his passion is also involves intimacy. So not only is she beautiful and he gets all warm and fuzzy when he's around her, but he enjoys the friendship. This is romantic love. They start dating and hold hands, and they talk all night on the telephone. That's a romantic love relationship. What's it lasting? Why do intimacy, passion, why do romantic relationships break up? Why do we break up with our high school sweethearts? Why do we break up with people that we've been dating for months on end, because we never really formed a commitment. We never said, bam, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And a side comment, that's one of the problems with, psychologically, with kind of the shack-up relationship, the living together without a piece of paper that says we're married. I know that the piece of paper doesn't make the marriage, but it signifies the commitment. The wearing of the ring, the marriage license, that status is a visible and a psychological reminder that I'm committed to this person that I feel intimate and passionate toward. When all three of those are working together, it's called consummate love. Intimacy plus passion plus commitment equals consummate love, and it's the most stable and it's the most rewarding type of love there is. You can kind of imagine that in a relationship where I don't have intimacy and I don't have passion, but we're still married, there's not much going on there. That's love, but it's an empty kind of love. Fatuous love is a physical relationship that I'm committed to, where the only thing we have going for us is our passion and the fact that we're living here and we're together, but we don't talk to each other. We do things separately. That's a relationship without intimacy would be fatuous love. Along those lines, it's important to understand that no marriage can maintain high levels of intimacy, high levels of passion, and commitment at the same time. What we would hope would happen is at the beginning of a relationship, we meet and we start to fall into friendship, and our intimacy builds. I learn more about you, you about me. We talk longer periods of time, go through trials and tribulations together. That builds the intimacy in the relationship. And really, if you continue talking and communicating with your spouse, your intimacy will continue to climb. It will never grow old unless you stop talking. So I imagine often that's one of the strongest components of a marriage. Not always, sometimes it drops, but you can pick it back up simply by reconnecting. Passion this is honeymoon phase. We're holding hands, we're kissing, and exploring each other further over time, and then we get to marriage, the honeymoon, where we're at our peak, and things are great for a year or so. And then what we find is, just like anything else, a sexual relationship is prone to perhaps growing stale. Same thing over and over. Been there. I know it's exciting, but it can grow stale over time. And so very often in a relationship, especially after our children are born, we're not able to be as passionate towards each other, and we get out of the habit of scheduling dates and those kinds of things. Passion declines over time. And unfortunately, sometimes it can drop off pretty considerably in marriages. And that's very often the husband's complaint is, she says, you don't talk to me. That's intimacy. He says, we're never physical anymore. He's talking about passion. I would say that generally what you would expect in a normal marriage is that the mode of passion peaks and troughs, peaks and troughs, peaks and troughs over time. That doesn't necessarily stay down here. It can go right back up there, and couples very often learn that they can work on their passion and build that in their relationship. Finally, decision. If you're a person with high fidelity, if you mean what you say, and you're committed to your spouse and you're not going to hurt them, you will slowly grow into that decision of, hey, I want to marry this person. We get engaged, and it peaks at the altar. This is who I'm going to stay with the rest of my life. And if you're a person of good character, high morals, and commitment, then that decision, commitment will be the primary glue that holds the relationship together, even when intimacy troughs, goes down, even when passion troughs and goes down. I may not like you that much right now, and we may not be touching very much, but I'm still married to you. I'm not leaving you.